has never been diluted and never ever will be, all stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from Yamal! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Jan Oblak. He's not someone you often see pulling off spectacular saves, but that's about the highest compliment you can give a goalkeeper, because it speaks to his positioning and his organisational abilities. He's just about the best there is when it comes to claiming crosses and high balls into the box too, and is just the kind of presence that spreads a composure and a confidence to his defence and throughout the team.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Alvarez! And again!
Well, they won't be deterred from trying again, Peter. They have the bit between their teeth now.
Now it's Pedri. Big chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
And he can clear it away. And now they can spring out of defence. De Paul. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
He's in a good position. Gavi! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Look, they don't come much better in terms of ball striking. It deserved a better result than that.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Lino. So still waiting for the first breakthrough here, but it has been a pretty open start.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Could move up a gear here. Now it's Griezmann. Correa. Longley. Griezmann. Pass somewhat off target. Pedri. Rafinha has it in a wide position. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he's gone looking for safety. Now it's Lewandowski. Lino.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press.
Belts one! Good try, very good try, in fact.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Reinildo. Lino. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
De Paul. Oh, good-looking ball. Alvarez! Goal! First blood drawn. That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
You know what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Gavi. And it's Lewandowski. Oh, well played. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Gavi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Lewandowski receives it in a good position here. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, that's a key interception. De Paul. Longley. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Koke. Reinildo.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Koke. Correa. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. That's alert and sharp and very well played. You can never be short of runners in the space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Pedri. It's Gavi. Yamal. He's picked his way through. Picked out brilliantly. And it's half-time here. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Here we go again.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
De Jong. Gavi. And here's the chance to counter. And the ball's gone astray. Reinildo. Lino. De Paul. For Koke. Lino. It's Koke. Now Lino. That's a little off target. Quality ball. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Longley. Alvarez. He's played him through. It's Griezmann! In he goes again! Goal! 2 to the good! They have breathing space. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Now it's Lewandowski. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pedri. Well, that is one way to stop him. De Jong. And the shot! Oh, that is really good tenacity. Reinildo. Now Lino. Koke. De Paul. Griezmann. Alvarez. That is a brilliant interception.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Gavi. And here's Lewandowski. And here's Yamal. Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Distributed tidily. He's got away, and he's in on now, the finish! Really well taken goal. Right back in the game. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention. I think they can... He's going for goal! He's done very well to get to that.
Pedri really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
And it's been given away. Griezmann.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
De Paul. And the finish! It's a goal! That was easy, almost too easy.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Lewandowski out to the right, and he's managed to get free. Jimenez with a fine tackle. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, good spread. Reinildo. Now Riquelme. Alvarez. Molina. For De Paul. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Oh, well played, well played. Played out to the right. Jimenez spots it and intercepts. And time is up. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing... And the finish! And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, Red, nice interception. And that's put paid to a promising move. And here's Alvarez. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Martinez promptly onto that, and that is that. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Clement Longley, for me, is about the perfect example of a centre-back who can play out from defence. His composure on the ball, as well as his pass completion rates, have always been very impressive. And he's got an efficiency about his game for me.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. And it's Lewandowski. Pedri. Lino. Still goalless at the moment. No, that's been intercepted. Lino.
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Koke. Oh, that's a key interception. Pedri. Pedri puts his foot on the gas. That is good strength. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Oblak getting this one clear. Koke. Nicely aimed pass. Gavi. Llorente. De Paul. Played back in.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Valde. Approaching the half-hour mark. Now it's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Llorente. Koke. So, what can they make of this? Pedri.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Rafinha! Now, who's going to be first to this? Jimenez gets it clear. De Jong. Floated up and over. Araujo kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. What a throw in. Llorente. It's going to be another throw. Koke. And it's Koke. The goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And he's been shifted off it. Yamal. And here's the chance to counter. Gavi. That is shapes to shoot! They've got to be quick to recover this. That is great defending, so alert. And the pass is intercepted. It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? He's got the shot away! It's anyone's ball now. Lewandowski. Can he finish? Oh, that wasn't far away. And we have our very first corner. And he thumps it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. And we are up to the break.
Barcelona really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Llorente. Lenormand. Koke. Reinildo. For De Paul.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Gavi. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Lenormand. Longley. Llorente. Rafinha. Goalless still, on either side, really getting onto the front foot. Lino. Koke. Is there any support? He might not need it. And the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Griezmann goes short. Balde attempts a clearance.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 71.550 espectadores.
Alvarez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 19 será reemplazado por...
Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Rafinha. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. That'll be a throw. Griezmann. And it's Lewandowski. Rafinha. Shot could be on. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. De Paul, and that is a little undercooked. That pass has been well intercepted. Griezmann, and the ball is out of play. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Played out to the left flank. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 7.
It's their second corner of the game.
El dorsal 14. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 10. El dorsal 16.
Important interception.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, well played, well played. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now he's off and running. Lino. He's played him through. And that is expertly dealt with.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Gallagher. Martinez makes the interception. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Sorlot. Back into the middle. Now it's Sorlot. Lino is flagged offside.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Oh, it's come loose. Rafinha, great position here. Decent hit! Brilliant from Rafinha! Finally, finally, finally! How smart was that? Such a delicate finish.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
Barcelona take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Lino gets flagged offside. It's an inviting looking ball, that. That'll be a throw-in. Time and again they are repelled. That's that, the end. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So bring it on.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
And already we're underway here. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Koke. Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, important interception. Oh, there's a probing ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Looks for the finish. Oh, split-second reaction.
Lino clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski. He's just about the perfect all-round striker. Not least because he can finish equally well with both feet, Peter. It's not all about his finishing, though. He's always on the shoulder, looking for that ball in behind, and that prevents the opposition defence from getting too high or, indeed, getting too comfortable.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Koke. Barcelona are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Played through for the wide man. Pau Kubasi gets across to intercept that. Yamal. De Jong. That looks a cracking ball. And he's in on Rafinha! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Llorente.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Yamal. Gavi. He's played it back. And he's cut it out. Lino. And he's being shifted off it. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Passes short and sharp. Lino. Now it's to Paul. That's beautifully weighted. Now it's Griezmann. Griezmann has been caught there, it's a foul. Against the crossbar. Ferran Torres. Gavi. That's an excellent interception. Lino. De Jong. Yamal. De Jong. Now it's Griezmann, and the counter is on. Well, played right into his path. Gavi. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And it's Griezmann. Koke. Now Lino. Reinildo. Oh, that's a nice ball. Lino. Lino really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Lino. De Jong. Gavi. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on. Pretty robust defending.
And it's half-time here. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Okay, he's having a go! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Longley. Here's Llorente. Now it's Ferran Torres, and he's managed to get free. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
And here's Lewandowski. Nice ball, and he might be... Lewandowski! And he's quick to get it clear again.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Rafinha. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That's a nicely measured pass. Griezmann. Now the finish! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh no, what has happened here? And that's played in low. Koundé gets it clear. Gavi. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's De Jong. Now it's Rafinha. And he's picked out the run. Floated through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Llorente. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Longley does well to get it back.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
De Jong. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Yamal! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
De Jong. And here's Ferran Torres. Gavi. Backward it goes. Can he finish? Rafinha. Oblak gets it away. And here's Ferran Torres. Valde. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nice sequence of passes, this. Look at the space here. Yamal! Sticks it away! Finally the breakthrough.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Well, when the game's played like that, it's made to look very simple. You know, I love watching football like this. Easy, effective, 1-2 and bang. Thanks very much.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Alvarez. Great. He's had a shot!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He has found the way through. De Jong! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Barcelona looking to pass their way through.
Lewandowski really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's a mighty effort!
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Riquelme. I think we're just about done here. And it's Koke. Always onto this. And he's there to belt it away. Now the ball's gone astray. And here's Correa. Quality ball. And that is as far as it goes. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. Well, it looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Familiar feeling. Big chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
De Paul. Passes short and sharp. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. And here's Griezmann. And the shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Tries a header! Araujo gets it away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Jim, who do you pick out as the has a shot! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
De Jong wins the duel this time. And here's Lewandowski. Lewandowski. Oh, he's burst. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Barcelona!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that's the end of that. Big chance! One-on-one! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Lino. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Balde. Quarter of an hour played. That has ended up in no man's land. De Jong. Martinez. Koundé calmly anticipates. Pedri. Ferran Torres threads one in. It's Pedri. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Griezmann with the foul. Pass somewhat off target. Balde. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Alvarez. Yamal. De Jong. Oh, sweet feet. He's got full. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Llorente. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. It's just beyond his reach. And that is as far as they're going to go. Martinez makes the interception. And that could set him on his way. Alvarez! Oh, belter! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are right back in business.
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
And that has added to Paul! That is decidedly lacking.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Koundé. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Lewandowski, and he's on, and the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Lino with a fine tackle. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Koke. Dinks one through. Martinez promptly onto that, and that is that. Gavi cuts it out. Yamal.
2 minutos de descuento.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Griezmann. Llorente. Pedri. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. And here's Griezmann. And there's Green. It's Griezmann! Marvellous goal!
Marcos Llorente very cleverly provided the return ball there.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. So half-time, no shortage of action and talking points at both ends of the field. 3 goals to light up the crowd, and a fair reflection of the territorial state of play, with the half-time scoreline 2-1. So there was the first half.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being...
Great chance! Oh, taken with style! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, his appreciation of space then was absolutely exceptional. A moving genius.
This is quite a battle.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with 2 very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Llorente. Alvarez. And the counter is on.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Llorente. Now it's Griezmann. Alvarez. He won't be happy with that one. Lino. Yamal.
That's going in strongly.
Lino. And it's Koke. That's a nicely measured pass. The referee's awarded a free kick. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Well, I suppose from the opposition's viewpoint...
Chance! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 12
Araujo,
será sustituido por
De
el
Jong.
dorsal 17.
Ferran Torres is in a really good position out wide.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Back into the middle, picked out brilliantly. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Araujo kept his eye on it, and he's there. Llorente is offering some sort of an apology there.
encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Llorente.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
No way through.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Alvarez. Griezmann. Passing is crisp and sharp. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Pedri. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Pedri. Oh, that's a key interception. Llorente is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Martinez kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Real chance here. Ferran Torres. Jimenez. Gavi.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
He's got away. Has a goal! Goal! They have stolen level at the last. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final goal was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Now it's Lewandowski. Can he pull it off? Oh, it's in! And that has raised the roof!
It just came down to a battle of wills between him and the keeper, and he won it with a cracking piece of trickery.
Barcelona take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
He is through here. Played long and they could be in here. And that's it.